हेलो एवरीवन, हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल ओमनी ज्ञान। मेरे चैनल ओमनी ज्ञान में आप सब लोगों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। ऑलराइट, सो आई हैव ब्रॉट एक्टिव टू पैसिव वॉइस. दिस इज पार्ट 5 of the video, and in the last part 4 of the video I had told you that in this video today, in the next video, that means today, we will be learning active to passive voice, future perfect tense. If you remember, and if you have watched the last video, it was future indefinite tense or simple future tense, right? And today we will be learning future perfect tense, active to passive voice for classes 9 and 10. Even class 12 also can take help from this video. So future perfect tense. So in future perfect tense we use have, will or shall, whichever is there in the question. You can write that also. In fact, you can use only will, or if you have shall in the question you can use shall. If you have will in the question you can use will. And with that we use bee and been. ठीक है, तो हम लोग हैव यूज करेंगे, विल शैल यूज होगा यहाँ पे. फ्यूचर टेंस वी ऑलवेज यूज विल और शैल, एंड देन वी विल बी यूजिंग बीन बिकॉज वी हैव द वर्ड, द ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब हैव. ठीक है ना, तो हैव, हैज, हैड. whenever we use have, has or had, we have to use been in the passive voice. ठीक है, okay. Let us look at the formula now, okay. And I would again like to request you to write down the formulas, pause the video, write down the formulas from the screen, okay. Now the first, as I always, the formulas that I've given you earlier also, number one is always assertive sentence. Number one is always assertive sentence. That means sentence ending with a full stop. जो sentence full stop से end हो उसे हम assertive sentence कहते हैं. ठीक है. Now whenever you find a sentence ending with a full stop, you will use rule number 1. Even in the previous video also I have shown you that, okay. And those who have not watched from part 1, please go and watch all the parts and then only you watch this part, part 5. ठीक है. So the first thing that we see is that object comes in the beginning and then will or shall. Now whichever is there in the question you write that only. If there is will in the question you write will. If there is shall in the question you write shall. ठीक है. Let me make it very simple for all of you. Then we have to use have. Then we will be using been. Then verb third form. V3 is verb third form. Third form verb. Verb third form, and then we will use by, and then finally subject. ठीक है. Okay. You can write down rule number, formula number 2. Sentences beginning with will or shall. जो भी sentence आपका will or shall से begin होगा, the sentences that will begin with will or shall, you have to begin your answer also. That means your passive voice, because we are doing from active to passive voice. So in the question will be in active voice, and you have to write it in passive voice. Convert the sentence in passive voice. So even in your answer also, passive voice, you have to start either with will or shall. या तो will से start करेंगे या shall से. After that we will be using an object, whatever object is there in the sentence, then have, then been, then verb third form, then by, then subject, and then question mark. Don't forget to write the question mark. If you don't write question mark, your whole answer will be wrong, okay. Then number 3, when a sentence starts with an interrogative word like what, when, which, why, okay, these words are called interrogative words, except for who and whom. Who and whom has a different kind of a formula. Who or whom को छोड़ के, please remember these students, who and whom are interrogative words, but who and whom, for who and whom we use different kind of formula, okay, and that we will see later in the next page. But here interrogative word, who or whom को छोड़ के, leaving who and whom, the rest are interrogative words. When, what, why, which, okay, these are interrogative words. After, now in the active voice, whatever interrogative or whichever interrogative word will be given to you, you will have to use the same interrogative word in your passive voice also. जो भी interrogative word, अगर what से शुरू होता है sentence, if the question begins with what, you have to use what only in the beginning. ठीक है, and I'll be showing you examples also. So that same interrogative word, after that either will or shall, आप will लगाइए या shall लगाइए according to the question, and then you have to use an object, and then have, and then been, and then verb third form, and then by, and then subject, and then question mark. Alright, please write it down. pause the video and write it down. I'll go to the next page. Rule number 4, I just told you that if there is a sentence that begins with who, then you have to start the sentence with by whom. ठीक है, अगर who से कोई sentence शुरू होता है तो आप अपना आंसर पैसिव वॉइस में कैसे शुरू करेंगे? with which word? with the words by whom. After that you have to use will or shall, after that object, after that have, been, and then verb third form. तो by plus subject we don't use here. by plus subject हम लोग यूज़ नहीं करते हैं because first of all तो this by we have already used here. ये by हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे already यूज़ कर लिया है. And subject we don't use because the question starts with who. Question जो है वो who से start होता है. तो who means we do not know the subject. Who has done this? Say for example, who has done this? That means I do not know the person who has done this. I do not know the person who has done the action. So subject is missing. नहीं तो who से question start ही नहीं होता. The question would never have started with who. Because the question has started with who, क्योंकि question who से start हुआ, इसका मतलब subject is, I told you in the last video, subject is unknown. हम subject नहीं जानते हैं, इसीलिए तो subject mention नहीं होगा. ठीक है, तो इसलिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं? by plus subject हम नहीं लगाएंगे. Right? We will not use by plus subject because subject ही नहीं है, तो by का तो मतलब ही नहीं होता. If subject is not there, then what is the use of the by? Moreover, we have already used the by here only. तो मैं इसको रब कर देता हूँ. Let me rub this thing. ठीक है? Then, formula number 5. Sentence starting with a whom. Let me clear the screen for you. Number 5. Whom. If a sentence begins with whom in the active voice, then in the passive voice you have to begin with who, and then will, and then shall, whichever is applicable, will या shall में से, and then have, and then been, and then verb third form, and then by, and then subject. Object is missing here. Object यहाँ पे missing है. Because again here it has started with whom. Whom means the target. Target means object. Because the sentence has started with whom, that means what? Here object is missing. Here object is missing. We do not know the object. That is why the object has not been mentioned here. Look at the formula. There is no object. So who, then will, shall, then have, then been, then verb third form, after that by, after that subject. So we do not have object here. We do not have the target here. Whom. Who refers to subject. I'll just write it down here. Who refers to subject and whom refers to object. Now in who sentences, who kind of sentences, जब who रहेगा तो subject is missing, and in whom kind of sentences object is missing. That is why यहाँ पे subject नहीं मिलेगा आपको और यहाँ पे object नहीं मिलेगा आपको. ठीक है ना? Okay? I hope you have understood this thing. Right? Okay, please write down the formulas. Okay, let me clear the screen then. We will move to the example part now. Okay, and I have followed the formula and I have set the examples according to that. Okay, now number one, Tom will have done this, ends with a full stop. So we will use the first formula. So we will bring the object in the beginning, this, and then because in the sentence we have will, so we can use will also here. This will, then have been, verb third form done by Tom. Okay, this will have been done by Tom. Object plus will plus have plus been plus verb third form plus by plus subject. Subject is Tom. So again let me repeat this thing for you. You have to find first of all the subject, then you have to find the verb, then you have to find the object. Okay, after that, this is the first step. After that you have to check out in which tense it is. Sentence कौन से tense में है. Because you see, now I am explaining you separately. Future indefinite tense, future perfect tense, present perfect tense, past continuous tense or present I am explaining you separately. But in the exam everything will be asked in a mixed way, right? Exam में जो है आपको mixed exercises मिलेगा. You will get mixed exercises. So there the first challenge that you have is to identify the tense. कि सेंटेंस कौन से टेंस में है उसका आपको आइडिया होना चाहिए. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू लोकेट द सब्जेक्ट, देन यू लोकेट द वर्ब, देन यू लोकेट द ऑब्जेक्ट. आफ्टर दैट यू लुक एट द सेंटेंस एंड यू आइडेंटिफाई द टेंस ऑफ द सेंटेंस. And then rule number 3, you apply the formula that I have given you here. फिर आप रूल नंबर 3 में आप स्टेप नंबर 3 में आप फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करेंगे. यू विल अप्लाई द फॉर्मूला. So these are the 3 steps. In case if you have missed, please note these 3 steps. Very, very important steps. First step, subject, verb, object. You have to find out. Second, look at the sentence and identify the tense, in which tense the sentence is. I will be bringing a video on tense also very soon. And rule number 3, you apply the formula and just go according to the formula. Formula के according चले जाइए. आपका sentence कभी mistake होगा ही नहीं, कभी wrong नहीं होगा. If you go according to the sentence, your according to the formula, if you go according to the formula, your sentence will never ever be wrong. ठीक है. So this will have been done by Tom. Another example. Now here I have highlighted this word someone in yellow color. I'll tell you why. Someone will have stolen my pen. So subject is someone. Verb is stolen. My pen is the object. So subject, verb, object. Step 1. Now according to the formula, we will bring the object in the beginning. So my pen is the object. So I brought my pen here. So my pen, and then because in the sentence there is will, so you can use will. So my pen will. After that have. After that you have to use been. After that stolen. My pen will have been stolen. Now you will ask me, sir, where is someone? Where is the subject? If someone is the subject, why didn't you put subject here then? Now you see there are 2 ways you can write, and the most appropriate way is this answer only. The most appropriate way for this question is this answer. Now by someone I have not written because someone is indefinite pronoun. Someone is indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun का मतलब क्या है? Pronoun which is not definite. That means someone can be a girl, someone can be a boy, someone can be an adult, someone can be a children, someone can be an animal also. Okay, so we don't know that. So someone, when you have an indefinite pronoun as subject, जब आपका pronoun जो है, जब आपका subject जो है वो एक indefinite pronoun हो. Let me repeat once again. When your subject is indefinite pronoun, तब subject आप delete करते हैं at the end. We don't use subject. If your subject is an indefinite pronoun, then we do not use subject. And when we do not use subject, the word by, ये by word नहीं लगता है because we use by plus subject, right? In all the formulas you see by plus subject, by plus subject. That means if there is no subject, then there is no importance of by. By का कोई importance ही नहीं है अगर subject ही नहीं है sentence में. If there is no subject in the sentence. So in case of indefinite pronoun, you may delete the subject. Subject आप delete करेंगे. ठीक है? Did you understand? Now this particular question, you can write the answer. If you write the answer in this way also, the examiner will not give you wrong. Okay, you will get marks for this also. By chance, if you use by plus subject also, there is no problem, you can use, but I'm just telling you the most appropriate way of writing is this one. Anyways, I have given an or, you can write in this way also. My pen will have been stolen by plus subject by someone. लेकिन सबसे जो बेस्ट द अप्रोप्रिएट वे जो है वो है यही आंसर. दिस आंसर इज द मोस्ट अप्रोप्रिएट, पहला वाला आंसर. लेकिन अगर आप इस तरीके से भी लिखना चाहिए, इफ यू वांट टू राइट इन दिस वे ऑल्सो, माई पेन विल हैव बीन स्टोलन, and then if you want to use the subject, so by plus subject, subject is someone, there's no problem, you can use, आप use कर सकते हैं. तो ये है आपके 2 assertive sentences. Okay, and this rule applies in all the tenses, not only in future tense. ये जो indefinite pronoun वाला जो this indefinite pronoun example, it will be applicable in all the sentences, present, past, future, everywhere. ठीक है? All right. Now this is रूल फॉर्मूला नंबर 2. ये फॉर्मूला नंबर 2 में अप्लाई होगा ये चीज़. ठीक है? तो इफ़ योर क्वेश्चन बिगिंस विथ शैल ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब, ठीक है, अगर ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब से आपका क्वेश्चन शुरू होता है तो शैल माई फादर हैव स्कोल्डेड मी. आप यहाँ से शैल से भी शुरू कर सकते हैं, आप विल से भी शुरू कर सकते हैं. यू कैन स्टार्ट योर सेंटेंस विथ शैल ऑल्सो, विल ऑल्सो. से फॉर एग्जाम्पल इट इज आई हैव स्टार्टेड विथ विल. सो विल मी इज द ऑब्जेक्ट हियर. Me is the object, and object when it comes this side, it becomes me becomes I. So will I have been scolded, verb third form, by my father? Will I have been scolded by my father? Okay. ठीक है, फिर क्वेश्चन मार्क, यू हैव टू पुट अ क्वेश्चन मार्क बिकॉज दिस इज एन इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस. विल आई हैव बीन स्कोल्डेड बाय माय फादर, will plus object plus have plus been plus verb third form plus by plus subject is my father. Subject is my father. And then question mark. Then your next I'm sorry. Number 4, sentences beginning with interrogative word. So here why is the interrogative word. Okay. So why will he have missed the train? As I told you that if your question in active voice begins with an interrogative word, you have to use the same interrogative word. So you also begin with why only. Why will, then object is the train. Why will the train have been missed? He is the subject. So by plus he, when you put subject in the end, he becomes him. Why will the train have been missed by him? And then you read once. जैसे मैंने आपको पिछले वीडियो में मैंने आपको कहा था, आई टोल्ड यू इन द प्रीवियस वीडियो दैट ऑलवेज रीड द सेंटेंस आफ्टर यू राइट. एक बार आप पढ़ लीजिए सेंटेंस, रीड इन योर माइंड, डोंट रीड लाउडली इन द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल. Read in your mind, why will the train have been missed by him? And then question mark. Alright, look at the structure of the sentence after you have written down the sentence. Okay. Then number 5 हम लोग देख लेते हैं. Let us see number 5. Who will have broken the glass? Alright. So for who, okay, let me take you back. For who, you have to start your sentence with by whom. So by whom. Alright. So by whom, after that will, after that object, the glass is the object. By whom will the glass have been broken? There is no subject. I told you that who में subject missing रहता है. Subject is missing. जब भी who से शुरू होगा आप देखेंगे subject is missing. तो subject is missing. That is why we are ending the sentence with verb third form. See, we are ending the sentence with verb third form and then question mark because there is no subject. And moreover by we have already used here. यहाँ पे मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको. By we have already used here. Subject is not there. So we end the sentence with verb third form which is broken. This is verb third form. Okay, and then question mark. So by whom will the glass have been broken? Got it? Okay. Then whom will you have wanted? Whom से शुरू होता है जो sentence. If you look at the formula, you see whom, we begin with who. Who will have been wanted by you? So subject is you. This is subject. I told you in the beginning that when a sentence begins with whom, then here object is missing. Because whom means the target, target means object. So object is missing here. इसलिए तो कहा जा रहा है ना कि whom will you have wanted? तुम्हें कौन चाहिए या तुम्हें कौन पूछ रहा है? Who is asking for you? Whom will you have wanted? You're asking for whom? You want whom? That means you is doing the action of wanting somebody. So you is the subject. You किसी को ढूंढ रहा है तो you तो subject है, वो ढूंढने का एक्शन कर रहा है. अब किसको ढूंढने का एक्शन कर रहा है वही तो पूछा जा रहा है. That is being asked in the question that whom will you want? तो वो जो whom है वो तो object है and object is missing here. So no problem, don't use object. So whom becomes who will have been wanted by plus subject by you and then put the question mark and read once who will have been wanted by you. Then we come to question number 7. Same, I have given you another example with whom, and this is from your textbook actually, page 290. Page 290. If you check page 290, you will find this exercise there in your book itself. Okay, आप देख सकते हैं page 290 of your grammar book, functional English grammar and composition. Whom will you have served? Very easy answer. You begin with who. Who will have been served by You is the subject, there is no object, there is no object, so don't write object. अगर object नहीं है तो आप क्यों लिखेंगे ज़बरदस्ती, है ना? Okay, so who will have been served by you. आप हमेशा ये combination याद रखें. Remember the combination will have been. ये आपको future perfect tense में use करना ही है. You will have to use this combination in the future perfect tense. Just remember this combination. ठीक है? If you miss been, your sentence is going to be incorrect. So you cannot miss any element. आप कोई भी element sentence से delete नहीं कर सकती. You cannot omit or delete any element. Okay, ये बहुत important formula है, इसीलिए तो मैंने एकदम beginning of the page में आपको दिया था. Let me just take you to the first page that I've given you. See here. इसीलिए मैंने आपको दिया था. This is the combination have, will, shall. Will or shall में से कोई भी एक, whichever is applicable, and then been. These are the three combinations that you have to remember in future perfect tense. ये combination आपको याद रखना है. This combination you have to remember. Don't forget this combination. हर formula में, not only future perfect tense, future indefinite, present, past, whichever tense it is. You cannot delete any element from the combination. And please, these formulas that I have given you, please practice with the help of these formulas. Practice with the help of this formulae. In fact, plural is formulae anyways. Practice with the help of all these formulae. Okay, otherwise formula, I'm sorry, practice with the help of this formula, otherwise it will be wrong. Formula is singular. Okay, now let us go to example number 8. So example number 8 I have repeated here. This is again the first rule will be applied in number 8 because it is ending with a full stop. ये full stop से end हो रहा है, इसलिए जो है first rule will apply here. So we shall have taught you. Answer: we is subject, taught is verb, you is object. So SVO, step 1, SVO you find out. Then when you look at the sentence, you have shall and then have. So this is in future perfect tense. ये आपको पता ही होना चाहिए. See, you must have this basic knowledge of identifying tense. Otherwise, sentence will be wrong. If you cannot identify the tense properly, then you will be using whatever you wish. Then it will be incorrect. अगर आपको सही tense का knowledge नहीं होगा तब तो गया. Then it is gone. सही tense का knowledge होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. It is very important to have the correct knowledge of tense. Okay, if you say that no, this is past tense. This is past tense. How come this is past tense? You have shall. You have here. Shall plus have is always future perfect tense. Right or wrong? So you have to identify the correct tense. So this is in which tense? This is in future perfect tense. In exam, everything will be given in a mixed manner. सब पूरे mixed आएगा जितना भी है. तो this is future perfect tense. This is future perfect tense, right? You have to identify this. So second step, identify the tense. Third step, use the formula now. तो क्या formula था यहाँ पे? सबसे पहले आप object लगाएंगे. You use the object in the beginning. So you is the object here. Then you have to use shall. Then you have to use have. After that you will have to use been. So you shall have been. Taught will remain taught only because this is the third form only. आपको हर perfect tense में, in any perfect tense, the verb will be already in the third form. Whether it is past perfect, whether it is present perfect, I have written ulta, chalo no problem. Whether it is present perfect, whether it is future perfect, whether it is future perfect. Remember, for any perfect tense, past perfect, present perfect, future perfect, verb will always be in the third form in the question itself. Everywhere in the question, verb is in the third form only. Verb is in the third form only. So you don't need to change. In any perfect tense, verb will be already in the third form. So आपको बस verb आपको देखना है कि ये third form में ही है. You use the same verb here. But not with the other tenses. I am talking of only perfect tense. मैं सिर्फ perfect tense की ही बात कर रहा हूँ. मैं किसी और tense की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Past perfect, present perfect, future perfect. वर्ब हमेशा क्वेश्चन में ही थर्ड फॉर्म में ही होगा. तो आपको ज़्यादा सोचना नहीं है वर्ब को लेके. यू डोंट नीड टू थिंक मच अबाउट द वर्ब इफ द सेंटेंस इज इन पास्ट परफेक्ट और प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट और फ्यूचर परफेक्ट. आपको सोचना नहीं है, आप वही लगा दीजिए. यू कैन यूज द सेम वर्ब ओनली. ठीक है, तो यू शैल हैव बीन टॉट. तो वी जो है ये सब्जेक्ट है, एंड इफ वी कम्स if you put we in the end, it becomes us. तो सब्जेक्ट से पहले हम बाय लगाएंगे, तो बाय प्लस सब्जेक्ट, यू शैल हैव बीन टॉट बाय अस. ये हो गया आपका सेंटेंस कंप्लीट. नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस नंबर 9. Okay, let me just erase everything. Please make sure that you take a screenshot or you write it down, write these things down, whatever I'm telling you. Okay, you can pause it. Let me erase. Rule number 9, which is the last example number 9, which is the last example here. Now I'll give you 3 seconds to identify. First thing, why will Mohan have run a race? Which formula will you use here? Tell me. I'll give you 3 seconds to identify. Which, I'll give you the countdown. Wait. Which formula? मैं थोड़ा आपको पीछे ले चलता हूँ. Which formula will you use? Whether it will be formula 1 or formula 2 or formula 3, whether it will be formula 4 or formula 5, which one? Let me take you to the sentence again. Tell. Your countdown begins. I'll give you 5 seconds. Chalo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time up. So which one will you use? The sentence has started with why. And why is what? If your answer is interrogative word, you're absolutely correct. Why is an interrogative word? That means you'll have to use that same interrogative word. It's given in your formula also. So why will a race is object, put object, why will a race, and then have, and then been, and then this is already in third form. Run, this verb is already in the third form. You use the same verb, run. Why will a race have been run? By plus subject is Mohan. Mohan is doing the action of running, or will have been doing the action of running. So Mohan is the subject. So by plus subject, by plus Mohan, and then you put a question mark because this is an interrogative sentence. Why will a race have been run by Mohan? ये जो run का जो चीज़ है, first form is run, second form is ran, third form again is run. First form, present form is run, past form is ran, and past participle form is run. So run, ran, run. तो run आपका जो हमें हमेशा third form ही लेना है passive voice में. In passive voice, we always take the third form only. It is already in the third form. As I told you, in any perfect tense, verb will already be in the third form. So you don't need to think about the verb in any perfect tense. तो ये है आपके 9 examples. You can refer to page 290 for future tense. In fact, 288 you have future indefinite tense. Page 288 and 89 you have future indefinite tense, and page 290, starting from page 290, you have future perfect tense. So it is future indefinite tense, and this is future perfect tense. Alright, I have written in shortcut FI and FP, so you can note down these examples and the formula that I have given you, and please practice more and more. Okay, so future tense I have completed. So present, past and future tense I have completed with you. In the next video I'll be bringing you imperative sentences, very very important imperative sentences. Okay, and there are no rules or formula there. इतने rules या formulas वहाँ पे नहीं है in imperative sentences. You just have a structure there, and I'll show you the structure. It is easy also, not difficult at all. Okay, so that's all. Fine. Okay, and if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask in the comment box, and always check the playlists. Okay, आप हमेशा playlist check कर लीजिए. Always check the playlist, and always check the I button also. It will be there on the right top. आप I button हमेशा check कीजिए, और आपका playlist होगा. I will provide the playlist in the description box. And when the video is about to end, when the video will be about to end, you will see 4 boxes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. ये जो 4 boxes है, these are all the playlists. These are all the playlists for class 10, class 9. These are all the playlists. So you can check playlists. If you click on these boxes, any of these boxes, just look at the title of the playlist, and you check any of the playlist, you'll get the playlist video. There I have uploaded all the explanations. English 1, Oliver Twist, class 9 के लिए upload किया. I have uploaded for class 9 also, and then English grammar and composition, additional English, and in the I button I'll give you part 4 of the video. This is part 5 of the video that I brought today, and in the I button I'll give you part 4 of the video. And please check the description box also. आप हमेशा description box check कीजिए. There sometimes I give information. I have a Facebook page also. You can please go and like the videos on my Facebook page. You can comment in the Facebook pages also. Alright, and I'll be replying to that. Taking time, I'll be replying to that also. I provide my email ID also. You can contact me there also, whichever is possible for you. And then a few students were telling me that whether I have an Instagram page or not. Well, I don't have an Instagram page right now for Omni Gyan, but I think that will be easier for many students because they use Instagram. So let me see if I can open one account in Instagram also. Okay, that's all then. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel, like and share my videos with all your friends, and tell them to join and subscribe to the channel also. With love from Omni Gyan, and all the best to all of you. Thank you.